family, welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, thank you for joining us today. It has been a while since y'all seen me, heard my voice. Since I made a video, I kind of missed this. I know I've been MIA, but you know, life. I can't do this stuff full time, not just yet. It ain't paying the bills. It's also fall. We'll hear it in the winter now. You hear that? Leaf mower, that's what you hear. A lot of people getting their leaves up right now. But anyway, besides that, yeah, what's been going on? My last video was the trip to the track. That was back in August, where I beat the Hellcat, which I did. But since then, we went back actually a couple more times. We went back later that month, and it was actually a much cooler day. It was like lower 60s. We actually ran our best time that we were able to get. That was like low 13s. I came to the conclusion I'm probably not gonna break into the 12s on this current setup that I got. Full weight in the current tune, I'm not gonna break into the 12s. But I know we can easily get there. With just some minor adjustments, but it's not really I'm not really pressed about it right now. Like I said, I ain't really into it for the racing, but a lot of people want to see what these cars can do, so I figured I'd just, put it down, see what you got. Right now I am turned down. I am nowhere near turned up, so it is what it is. Yes, today's video, if you don't follow me on Instagram already, you probably should be. I said at 500 subscribers, we were going to do a live Q&A. So I ended up posting a couple links. I posted a anonymous link. If you want to click on that link, you could have went anonymously and left a question or comment, anything you want to do. And then I also posted in my story another question type thing where you can leave whatever you want to ask. So today's is going to be a live Q&A. We don't have that many questions, probably like 6 or 7. So it's probably going to be a quick video, unless I start yapping. But yeah, so comment number 1. I hope you know you are a massive inspiration for me, and I'm glad you still follow me. Well, this one was left anonymously. I don't know who this person is. I'm assuming it's somebody. I'm assuming we probably talked at some point in the DMs, but yes, I don't unfollow anybody. I hate when people follow to unfollow. Like, that's just weird to me. Like, if you go unfollow somebody, at least remove me for the first fact. But why follow just to unfollow in the first place? Like, I get you trying to get your followers up, but if anything, that just, like, if you see somebody with 40,000 followers and they only following 200, that's a red flag. Like, if I already got to that point where if you follow me with that kind of follower ratio, I'm just not even going to accept it, or I'm going to probably just remove you. Or I won't follow back, and then I'll just let you remove yourself, because I already know what's going to happen. So I don't really do that. But yeah, I don't unfollow anybody unless you two-faced. And by that I mean is you act a certain way, but then I hear you like talking about me behind my back. That's really the only way I will unfollow you, unless your page is like deactivated and I can see that like you weren't active for like the last, I say maybe at least 2 years. I know people take breaks, but if it's been like 2-3 years since you posted, then I probably won't follow you, or I'll probably unfollow you. But at that point, it's gonna be hard for me to notice. But sometimes I kind of try to go through like once a year and do like a little purge, and then try to get rid of accounts that either don't support my content, or they are just not an active page anymore. So, but yeah, I'm glad I'm inspiration to you. I know a lot of people aren't in the modern V6 business. It's kind of taboo when it comes to muscle cars. So I just wanted to show that it can be done, and if you want to do it, you can do it. It's up to you. If you got the money, you got the means, hey, more power to you. So I'm glad you are a part of the family. Comment number 2. This one is just 4 hearts. This is from one of my good friends that I met on Instagram. She said she's been getting in trouble by her local, car community. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna bring mine out there. let's see what they got to say. They want to come at me, they can come at me, but I bet they won't. But shout out to you. Yeah, hope you're doing good. Let's see. Comment number 3. This one says modded V6 game. Gang, 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 gang. Yeah, man, I didn't know it'd be this much support. Modding the V6. When I was looking around into the community, a lot of people really didn't want to do it. A lot of people, they bought them, but it was literally temporary. Nobody wanted to throw no money into them. They literally just got them until they can trade up, for a Hemi, or if you're in a, Camaro or Mustang platforms. A lot of people just got them just so they could eventually trade up. I had that opportunity. I just chose not to, and here we are. So, gang, appreciate you for being here. Question number 4. What's under the hood? Glad you asked that. Let's go take a look.
And under the hood, a fuel-injected French fryer with dual overhead grease traps. Whoa. Yeah. Wow.
900 horses of Detroit muscle. It's a beast.
So I apologize, it's a little dirty. But pretty much simple. Catch can from RIP. Coil packs from RIP. 80mm throttle body. RIP supercharger. 660cc injectors, I believe. Stock fuel system, stock manifold, upper and lower. 180 thermostat. That's about it. It's nothing crazy. Yeah, pretty simple. All right, question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do I have any regrets about the car? Okay, so the only thing I say I will regret about the car, or if I can go back and do something different, I know y'all gonna be like, okay, but you understand why. The only thing that I would do differently about the car is the all-wheel drive. I'm already limited with modifications that I can do, but going all-wheel drive made my options even more limited. As you know, with all-wheel drive, you don't just have a rear differential, you also have a front differential. Now, luckily, it's not a full-time all-wheel drive car, like the Jeeps, but it's just a part-time, so I do have a front axle disconnect. But I'm unable to change. Well, let's say that it wouldn't be the simplest thing to do if I wanted to change my differential so I can get, a higher gearing. Which the gearing right now, it sucks. It sucks on the top end right now. But gearing, ultimately, it helps you whether you want to do digs or whether you want to do, quarter miles, if you want to do 6130s. Changing out that differential really will help you, and I just can't do it. I can do it, but it's just not worth it, in my opinion. Which is why I am at my current stock height. I cannot lower because I'm square all around, and with me being so wide up front, which I did not change out my spindles. I know a lot of people changed out the spindles for the SRT spindles, but I cannot do that. I can't even change the brake setup. This is a whole different system. So right now, luckily, I'm able to run 20 by 10 and a half all around, 295s all around. I'm able to run that without having to lower, but if I wanted to lower, I would have to cut into the fenders. And I don't want to do that. I really don't. So, yeah, that's really the only thing that I regret about the car. I don't regret the Pentastar. I don't regret the supercharger. I don't regret the wide body. I don't regret the carbon fiber. I don't regret anything. I don't regret the color, exhaust, none of that. Everything I like about the car, I like it. I would do it again if I could do it all over again, but the only thing I would change is I would just go rear wheel drive, all that. So I feel like my life would be much easier if I had went rear wheel drive. But like I said, me being in Ohio, having these winters, driving in the rain, I got an advantage over majority of all muscle cars. So hey, I look at it as it was a win. It was a win-win. You know, yeah. Question number 4, and I probably kind of just, or number 6, and I kind of just answered it. Why not do a coilover suspension kit? And that's honestly, between springs, air suspension, and coilovers. Of the 3, I was leaning more towards coilovers. I feel like it's more, for my setup, it's basically the best option for my setup. With springs, they kind of eat away at your suspension, and they don't ride the best. And you can't, once you set the height, it's set. You can't change it. With air suspension, you can adjust it whenever you want, but it comes with more maintenance. And if you're in a colder climate, which I am, it's also another setback, because you can have to worry about your tank freezing, worry about blowing a hose, there's just a lot more with that. But I feel like coilovers is the best, the most safest setup, So if I was going to lower the car or change the suspension at all, it would have been coilovers. It's just right now, or since I went wide body and went with wider wheels, that kind of, put a damper on that. Pun intended. But yeah, if I hadn't went wide body, I would have been on a coilover suspension right now. So who knows, maybe down the road, if I change the wheel setup, if I take off the wide body, which I probably won't, I might do it. But right now, it's not looking like it. So yeah. And the final one, last but not least, my guy. Next car and plans for next season. So I am really one of those overthinkers. I know what car I want next, but for some reason I get in my own head, I get to Googling, I get to searching, and I kind of talk myself out of it, and I'm looking like, okay, maybe I should do this next, maybe I should do this next. The next car that I definitely do want to do next is the Jaguar F-Type. Anybody that knows me, I love the F-Type. I want that to be my next car. Preferably, I would like to keep this car and get that one. But they kind of like one and the same. Not one and the same, but having 2 coupes, which I have a truck that I drive, that I can drive on a daily, but having 2 coupes would be weird, so I kind of wanted to get a sedan or SUV. Right now, the prices are dropping on them, and they dropping very, very lower than they ever been since I, got into the scene. And I want an SVR because I want the one with the wing. So right now is probably the best time to do it. I just bought a house 2 years ago though, so I know I'm still in the process, fixing stuff up around the house. Still got to do this yard, do some stuff in the yard. But if everything works out next year, we'll see. I know a lot of people like, hey, they got electrical issues, it's a lot of maintenance, yada, yada, yada. I don't care. That's the purpose of a dream car. Everything has its drawback. No matter what it is in life, they all have their own negative cons or whatever. So you just gotta be willing to live with it. I am willing to live with it. So I will have that car. I don't care what nobody else says. I don't care how much money I will spend on it. It is what it is. People buy lemons every day. Ain't no car perfect. So, and plans for next season. Well, I'm up there in miles now. I'm probably like 112 right now, 112,000. I'm getting up there in miles. We started all the way from 81, all the way to 112K. That's a lot. But right now, I'm probably about to do some, preventative maintenance. I'm starting to hear, those rollers and lifters, that Hemi tick, which is really just the Mopar platforms in general. It ain't just the Hemis. Eventually, you're gonna have to change out those rollers or lifters and the cab shafts, maybe. But them cab shafts usually take a dump eventually, so I'm gonna probably have to change out those at some point. I'm probably looking into doing that next year. The parts myself. I'm gonna get on YouTube and then I'm gonna figure out how to do it myself. All it really is getting the parts. I'm willing to do anything on the car. Just willing to get the tools to do it. That's usually my biggest setback. So we're probably looking at doing that. I want to do some more performance mods. I don't know if I should say it, but I'm probably just gonna say it. We're gonna switch out the manifolds. If we do doing those rollers and lifters, we gotta take all that out anyway. So I feel like at that point you might as well just go ahead and do the manifolds. I'm going to do ported because they plastic, so eventually you might run the risk of cracking one. So I feel like at this point I might as well just change them out. So we're gonna do upper and lower manifold. We're gonna do the oil cooler. We're gonna swap that out for an aluminum one. I haven't done it yet. I probably should have done it by now, but I haven't had any issues, so I'm not really worried about it. But I'm gonna do the oil cooler, upper lower manifold. I still gotta mess with that exhaust. I haven't done anything to it yet, really. So plan on swapping out the X pipe for the H pipe and doing a mid muffler delete and swapping the Muslim Duffy mufflers. So and then hopefully we put all that together with a tool. I might just go ahead and do it anyway, and that's the Flex Fuel kit, which I know some of the Pentastars came from factory, Flex Fuel ready. I know some of the Rams are, I know some of the Jeeps are. And if you have one, don't let anybody tell you different unless you have a yellow fuel cap or it says in your manual that you can take flex fuel. If you don't have that sensor, you're going to destroy your engine. So I would get one of those kits before you think you can just go fill up on flex fuel. But that'll probably take a lot to get to 500. That all depends on the tone. So I get the right down tone and turn it on, to put it all together. It might work out. So yeah. But that being said, that's gonna wrap up this video. If you did have a question that wanted to be in this video, go ahead and leave it in the comments and I'll do it and I'll answer it in the follow-up video. But as I know a lot of you probably don't have Instagram or don't use Instagram, so if you did have a question you wanted to ask, leave it in the comment and I'll get to it in the next video. If you have any other questions about any other mods that I did, go ahead and check out the first video, my very first video. Go and check that out. I'll tell you about anything else that I did to the car. Yeah, if you like this video, give it a like. I apologize for my absence, but I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. The car is fine. I'm fine, and I hope you are fine. But hit that like, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.